fantastic result today. I wanted to just quickly start by asking about Katrina Gorry, and she came off after she came off in the first half. Do we have any update? Was it an injury?
Yeah, she was injured, so we're just obviously we'll wait to see what the outcome of that is. It's obviously too early for us to understand what it is, but she'll be checked and we'll go from there.
I just wanted to take you back to that moment. 2-0 down, captains having to come off the pitch against a team that unbeaten at home. That you lost 5-0 to in the rest of the season. You must be so delighted with the way the character your team showed to stay in it, to come back into it, and eventually get that late leveler.
Yeah, 100%. Everything you just said, basically. I mean, I think when you look at the way that we've improved throughout, not just recently, it's been an 18-month project to get to this point, with the squad, with the way that we've played, with our playing style. And look, it's one game. It's a massive point for us. And I think we want to make sure that we can do these games consistently, and that's really the ultimate goal. And I think, the players, I'm massively proud of the way that they go about things every single day of the week, because this doesn't happen just as a one-off. It comes from everything that they're putting in every single day of the week. And I think the belief and confidence in the team, the way that the squad's developed, has been fantastic, and that's the outcome of all of those hours of hard work prior to this point.
Fantastic, yeah. I just wanted to ask as well about a new Denton coming up at half-time. Was that injury related or tactical?
It was a tactical decision.
Okay,
yeah.
Yes.
Hi Rehanne, you mentioned there just how things are really getting better, and these last 3 results I think really epitomise that. I was wondering from your side what you think it is that has clicked at this part of the season to really, for you guys now to be getting those deserved points.
I mean, I think, we've had a lot of changes within the squad, and I think I've said this before, a lot of those players came in quite late in the summer, and a lot were from outside of the UK, different leagues. This is the hardest league in the world, make no mistake, and it takes time for those players to actually understand what that's going to take week in, week out, and for the team to gel and understand each other. And I think as time's gone on, the way that we're playing, the way that we've evolved the squad, the way that they've kind of formed those bonds and understanding of how we're playing, that's then enabled us to play to our strengths more. And I think we've been able to do that more consistently since January. And obviously the addition of Shakira, Ava, Verena in January has made a massive difference to the squad as well. Those are 3 experienced players that have added, even more professionalism to what we have and more depth in the squad. And so today's an outcome of the starting players, the subs that we then have added to the game, and to the point about Katrina Gorry, we've got to be able to find the depth in the squad to be able to still play well. And then look, we've adjusted the shape to cause more problems, and I've had the confidence in the squad to be able to do that. And ultimately, they've worked solidly till the end, and it's led to us getting a point out of the game that we've never had against Chelsea, and all of the bits that you've mentioned about them not losing here. Do you know what I mean? It's a really, really hard team to play against. They are a fantastic side, and I think we've done a fantastic job today, and I'm really proud of the players.
And you mentioned Shakira there. I would love to hear from you what she brings to this team. I mean, we've sort of seen it today for ourselves, but from the manager's perspective in training.
I think one of the other things that's evolved really well within the team is, adding Shakira to the team she's an out-and-out number 9, and I think we've needed that. And I think when we play, Rico's, one of the best in the league at hold-up play, and we need people to be able to work off of her. And I think Shakira adds that to our team, and with the additions of Serena Pubel and Manuela Pavey as well, they have added huge value to the team, because we've got different ways of actually being able to connect and score goals. And I think Shakira has got an eye for goal. Her movement in between, the defenders for that first goal is a real out-and-out number 9's job, and she gives us that. And I think that's been a massive asset to her, and her goal involvement since she came in January, one of the best in the league, since January. And I think that's a credit to her. So, I think across the board, the forward line are exciting, and they're really positive with everything that they do. And I think now that we're getting goals from lots of different people as well, it's taking pressure off individuals, they're enjoying it more, and the confidence levels are going through the roof.
And just slightly away from the game, as it's Mother's Day, I know you've spoken openly about helping the mothers in your team, And I just wanted to hear maybe a word on how inspiring those guys are as mothers and footballers.
Well, first of all, I've got to mention my own mum, right? Because my family deal with this job, which is like, you very rarely see people as much as you want to. And so, my mum's always been massive for me. And I think that's what they bring to the team as well, because obviously it's so important. Everybody should be able to do their job and play. It doesn't matter what the job is. You should be able to have kids and come back into your job. Like, that should just be a standard part of how we operate. And I think the way that they go about managing kids and being professional footballers is an inspiration to every single person within the team. And that's a huge credit to them, because it is not easy. And I think how professional that they are as the two of them, and obviously Christy Mewis is not far off now as well, and she's like 5 weeks out now. So I think just as a collective, it's so important that they can come into our environment and just focus on doing what they need to do from a football perspective with the support that they need around the team. And I think the club has been massively supportive of that as well. And it's definitely something that I advocate for. It should just be the norm. And you know what, if I'm honest, we end up talking about it in a way that's like, why is it not the norm? And that needs to change. It should absolutely be the norm in everybody's environment.
Well said, thank you.
Thank you.
Rehanne, so this is the first time that Chelsea have dropped points at home after going 2-0 up. Obviously it was 2-1 at half-time, and it looked like you guys came out in the second half absolutely gunning for a point, if not a win. What was the half-time team talk like? What did you tell them?
There was a few... look, I think the biggest thing was the first half wasn't about tactics, really. It was about the fact that we weren't applying ourselves in the way that we could in the first 20 minutes. And that is something that we have to be better at. And so we obviously worked our way back into the game, before half-time. I think the belief and confidence in the team is really high. So we knew that we would be able to get back into the game. But we have to cut out those moments, and I think that's we want to be better. We want to learn. We want to improve all the time. And if we were being really critical of it, that 20 minutes has got to go. And so we spoke about that at half-time, and within the first half actually as well, we kind of got that message across, and we improved, towards half-time break. But then it's no excuses then. You have to do that, and you have to do that all the time. We can't be sitting off teams like Chelsea and letting them run at us. It's just not okay. And I think that when the players are doing that, we are more than competent at making life difficult for everybody if we do that properly. And I think that is the bit that really changed in the second half. And then we got on the ball more, and then you start to create more, and then it's a domino effect when you get that first part of the game right. And the team, I thought the team were excellent at its second half, and I think that changed the game.
Yeah, and you mentioned, taking the game to Chelsea, and that's something that you've done in the last 3-4 games, especially in this March block. Like, this has been such a good block for your team. Was today's result, especially scoring so late on, like the cherry on top for like the end of this block?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, we want to get as many points out of every game, and I think we were massively disappointed not to get something out of the Arsenal game. I think that shows the character within the team, though. We've come back from that. We've then gone and played City on the Wednesday night from the Sunday, where we're really disappointed and got a point, and fought till the end to get an equaliser in that game. We've then gone and played Spurs, always a really tough game, London derby, and I thought we were convincing against Tottenham. And then today, we've come back from 2-0 down to get ourselves a point off of the best team in the league, comfortably, they are. And I think that then shows the way that the team are applying themselves and the things that they are capable of doing. And, my biggest job is just to keep telling them, this is what you're capable of if you carry on doing this. And I think that's a massive boost going into the international break for sure.
Yeah, and it seems like the confidence in your team is just so high right now, and the belief within the squad. You're 3 points off Brighton, who are in 5th place. What are your ambitions for the rest of the season now?
Consistency. One game at a time. That's what's helped us, is focus on the next one, make sure that we're at the races every time we go into a game, and the results take care of themselves if you focus on the things that you can control. And where we'll be is where we deserve to be by the end of the league. That'll be it. It never lies. Wherever you're supposed to be, you'll be. And I think that's the biggest thing. So for us, Man United is the next one. that's all we're thinking about right now, is making sure that we're absolutely at our best for that game. Thank you.
Any more? Yeah, if you're happy there, we'll call it a day. Thanks, guys.